If your child's able to access a behaviour support practitioner through their NDIS plan, they can really help for a child that's experiencing school distress. Behaviour support practitioners support young people across all environments, but for many families, especially those that have neurodivergent kids, school can feel really hard. This might mean anxiety or refusal in the mornings, shutting down or holding it together all day, then falling apart at home. Or the more visible behaviour like frequent phone calls home, being sent home, or even suspensions. And while these situations can look really different on the surface, behaviour support practitioners understand that behaviour is a response to something in the environment that isn't working for the child. They know that behaviour is communicating unmet needs, and until that's understood, things tend to stay at a crisis point. Behaviour support practitioners are incredibly strong at the detective work, using functional behaviour assessment along with a range of other assessments and tools. They discover what's actually driving the behaviour. They're looking at triggers like sensory overload, noise, chaos, unpredictability, academic pressure, the work that feels too hard or overwhelming, social stress, peer issues, bullying, feeling unsafe, transitions like getting to school or entering the classroom. This isn't guesswork, it's about gathering real evidence, so support is targeted and it actually works. Once the why behind the behaviour is clear, behaviour support practitioners build practical, intensive plans. And that's where their work can really make a real difference. They don't just hand over the plans, they help with the young person building their skills and capacity, and then they look at what can change around the child in their environment. And that work can happen across 3 key areas. With the child, they work to build capacity, regulation, and social skills in practical real-world ways. They can help your child recognize when things are starting to feel too much and give them simple, achievable ways to communicate that early before it turns into shutdown, refusal, or an explosion. With parents, they give you clear and consistent strategies for what actually works at home, so you're not guessing or second guessing and feeling like nothing is helping. And just as importantly, they can help you advocate your child's needs with confidence, especially in those high pressure school meetings where it's easy to feel overwhelmed or even dismissed. And with the school, behaviour support practitioners work in collaboration with the school team to look at your child's needs and how they're supported throughout the school day. That can include focusing on their strengths to build confidence, identifying a safe person to connect with, setting up a regulation space, supporting smoother transitions like the arrival, breaks, or classroom entry, adjusting how work is presented or the level of demand, and plans to manage behaviour, escalations, and safety. They support the team working with the child to understand what's driving the behaviour, to recognise the signs so they can respond earlier, and use consistent strategies across home and school. One of the biggest roles of a behaviour support practitioner is bringing everything together. So home, school, and anyone else that's working with your child isn't working in completely different ways. So everyone understands what's going on, what helps, and how to respond consistently. The behaviour support practitioner will then track and review things over time. When something's not working, the plan will adapt and change. This will result in fewer escalations, more consistency, calmer mornings, and a child who can cope and re-engage in a better way with school. Behaviour support practitioners are funded through the NDIS through improved relationships. Talk to your plan manager or support coordinator to get advice on this. Many professionals also offer fee for service for those who aren't on the NDIS.